Hey everybody, let's do some more Blake Lively blind items. As always, the caveat is that unless it's one of mine, or Ted Casablanca, or Wine and Sass, or somebody else that I designate, they are just the best guesses. We are up to February 18th, 2025. It is one of mine. You know you are losing the narrative when one of your co-stars on the film went from the side of the A-list actress very vocally and very publicly to not supporting her any longer. And that's Brandon Sklenar, Blake Lively. It ends with us, February 19th, 2025, one of mine. If you say that you are in so much emotional pain and turmoil that you can't even get out of bed, don't you think it would be a good idea to not be seen 3 days prior to filing it under oath at an event that was watched worldwide without a care in the world and participating in a joke about what has kept you in bed? Oh, and staying for about 90 minutes after to chat and mingle and try and win over supporters before you headed back to bed. And that's Blake Lively at the SNL 50th anniversary. Okay, her showing up at that event undercut any claims she could have for emotional distress, especially because of the fact that Ryan told a joke about it. Now, obviously this week, we have Blake withdrawing her emotional, things out. The intentional infliction of emotional distress. Negligent infliction of emotional distress. She withdrew those because of things like what she did here with the Saturday Night Live stuff. February 21st, 2025, one of mine. The actress who has allegedly been banned from the late night show is very tired of her name being dragged into this legal mess. And that's Jenny Slate, Saturday Night Live, and Blake Lively. And Jenny Slate had said, at one point, I stand by her side. But since that time, she has refused to talk about it, and doesn't want to talk about it, and doesn't want to be involved in it. February 24th, 2025. One of mine from the SAG Awards. No one got the A-list actress to say anything about her former co-star. However, under her breath, 2 reporters will swear it sounded like she said the word karma as she walked away, and that is Leighton Meester and Blake Lively. And Leighton Meester did the Gossip Girl skit during the SAG Awards, so really got back at Blake Lively in a roundabout way. February 25th, 2025, one of mine. It has always been assumed that the A-list singer Taylor Swift and this composer Brian Tyler must have crossed paths on the really bad animal musical turned movie Cats. It turns out that isn't the case. They never knew each other. They didn't know each other. The A-list actress just used that as an excuse to get the composer fired. So the actress, Blake Lively, lied. Should have seen that coming. She throws the A-list singer under the bus every single chance she gets. February 26th, 2025. One of mine. This A-list actress is refusing to do any press for her new movie at all. And that's Blake Lively, and a simple favor too. She did end up doing a tiny little bit because she didn't want to get sued. Also from February 26th, 2025. One of mine. Speaking of the A-list actress, she and her needed their space. And that's Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. February 27th, 2025. One of mine. The A-list actress and the now dead actress hated each other, so their performative post is all kinds of wrong. And that's Blake Lively, Michelle Trachtenberg. Obviously, they were on Gossip Girl together. Michelle Trachtenberg didn't like Blake Lively and made it very clear. March 1st, 2025. One of mine. Not only did the new hire of the A-list actress cover up for sexual assaults and murders, but apparently he gaslighted a girlfriend so much that she unalived herself after he broke up with her. And that's Nick Shapiro and Blake Lively, who will straight up lie to protect his clients. He has no morals. March 3rd, 2025. One of mine. From the Oscars. Speaking of trashing the A-list actress, this winner from last night did it in front of the entire world, and that is Blake Lively, Sean Baker, who won for Anora. March 4th, 2025. One of mine. To put more pressure on the A-list actress, the A-list singer is going to have her phone records subpoenaed as it relates to communications with the A-list actress and her husband. And that's Taylor Swift, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds. And this is where I kind of figured, okay, this is the whole communication. This is what started the ball rolling down the hill, where we finally ended up at the bottom of the hill, knowing that Taylor Swift was being blackmailed by Blake Lively. On March 5th, 2025, the new hire of the A-list actress is using his contacts and black box tricks to stifle any social media content that's not positive towards his client. And that is Nick Shapiro and Blake Lively. March 6th, 2025. One of mine. So the A-list actress wants all the information from her former co-star, but doesn't want him to be able to see her stuff. This isn't how any of this works. Yes, they will see all the text messages to celebrity friends asking them to go after her former co-star. And that is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, because Blake Lively wanted to protect the conversations with famous friends. Why? Because she's probably blackmailing all of them too. March 7th, 2025. One of mine. The A-list singer must be pressuring the A-list actress like crazy to keep their texts private. They must be crazy. So here we are getting a little buzz, right? Back in March, why was Taylor trying to get Blake to keep everything quiet? Well, because Blake's trying to blackmail Taylor. And leaked text messages are the key to the Blake Lively lawsuit. Because what happens if texts from A-listers like Hugh Jackman or Taylor Swift get roped in, right? March 8th, 2025. One of mine. The most recent co-star, Anna Kendrick, might be playing ignorant, but the former co-star, Leighton Meester, was laying into the A-list actress Blake Lively at Fashion Week. The stories you have heard are just a fraction of the bad blood between the pair. March 10th, 2025. One of mine. During the filming of her latest movie, It Ends With Us, this A-list actress, Blake Lively, spent way too much time close to her director and co-star, Justin Baldoni, to the point where their chemistry became impossible to ignore. But in a shocking turn of events, she later accused him of sexual harassment, claiming he had a habit of biting her lips during scenes. That seemed to close the chapter until a video resurfaced, showing that in one of their scenes, she was the one biting his lip. And here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. 2 months after the movie's release, a photo appears of the actress doing the exact same thing, but this time to her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Coincidence? Or is this an emotional projection where her husband unknowingly became a mere placeholder for her director? Meanwhile, the public has picked up on the pattern, and what once was just a quiet rumor has now turned into a global joke. Her husband's becoming the laughingstock of the world, and he doesn't even realize it. When you can't be with someone, your mind finds a way to recreate that connection with someone else. It Ends With Us. Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Ryan Reynolds. And that is it for this one, you guys. I will talk to you later.